Hello my sewing friends, my name is Tondile Lamini, known as Q. Welcome to today's lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to be learning about how to draft and sew together an armhole prints and seam top, or others call it an armhole prints and seam bustier. In front of me, you can already see that I have traced the pattern. This is our dress pattern that we drafted earlier. We have traced the pattern up to the hips. So now we are going to start drafting the armhole prints and seam top. We are going to start by working on the front. We are going to begin by extending the dart leg from the side dart up to the bust point, and we're going to draw another line from the bust point up to this notch along the armhole. This is where we are going to position our armhole prints and seam. Next, we are going to cut along the lines that we have just drawn. Make sure that you don't cut through such that a small portion is still holding along the bust point. Next, we are going to close this dart, and then we are going to open a new dart along the armhole. Next, we get a tape and we are going to hold the pieces like so. So now we have our new dart along the armhole. Next, we are going to measure 0.25 of an inch from this point along the armhole, like so. And we do the same from this point. Measure 0.25 of an inch. And then we are going to redraw the dart from the new point that we have just marked. Next, we are going to refer back to our basic bodice measurements. We are going to make use of the bust span measurement or the nipple to nipple measurement. Mine is 8.5 inches. So now we are going to divide the nipple to nipple measurement by 2. It will be 4.25. We are going to measure the 4.25 inches from the bust point along the waist dart. So we are going to place our tape measure like so and measure 4.25. And then we do the same on the other dart leg. And then from there, we are going to draw straight lines. Next, we are going to measure from this point 0.5 inches in that direction and then 0.5 in that other direction. 0.5 of an inch. And then we do the same on this other point. Join the points with a straight line. At this point, you can use your L square ruler. We are going to extend from this point and draw a straight line up to the waistline. Like so. Do the same on this other point. Next, we are going to find the center of the waist dart. And then we mark with a dotted line down to the hip line. And then next we are going to find half of this distance from here to there. We make a mark. We are then going to redraw the waist dart and it is going to end in this new point. The reason why we are extending the length of the dart, we are trying to get rid of the bulk. The picture of the dress, there is some bulk between the hip line and the waistline. So we are trying to get rid of that extra fabric there. We are then going to measure 2 inches from the bust point. We do the same thing on the other side. Mark 2 inches. And then you can use a French curve to draw a smooth curve between these 2 points. Decide the length of our top. I want my top to be 4 inches from the waistline. So I'm going to mark the 4 inches below the waistline. So this is going to be the end of my top. Next, I'm going to cut it out. So these are the front patterns for my top. Next, we're going to take the side panel and we are going to walk it along this line to make sure that the length of the seam is going to be equal. So we are going to start at the bottom and then we rotate the side panel along the seam. When you get to the first mark here, which is the notch, we are going to make a notch across like that, and then we continue rotating. We get to the other notch here, we are going to mark it. Next we continue rotating. We can see that the side panel is ending here, and when we are sewing the two panels we are going to have some excess fabric on the center panel. I'm just going to make a small mark here, and then we're going to get a small pattern paper and put it in between these two patterns underneath like so, and then we are going to place the side panel right where it ends. And then we're going to tape the pattern paper like so, and then maybe we can just redraw the lines so they are visible. Next we're going to get your curved ruler and we're going to redraw the armhole. And then now we are going to cut off the new armhole. Next we are then going to separate the two pattern pieces again. These are going to be our front pattern pieces, and then we're going to start working on the back. This is our back pattern. We are simply going to draw a curve from this point to this notch. You can use your free hand or you can use the curve ruler. It's totally up to you. I just want to use my free hand. Next we are simply going to measure down the length of our top. We said we wanted to be 4 inches below the waist, so we measure the 4 inch. Join the points with a straight line. Then next we are going to cut out the pattern. These are the two back pattern pieces. These are all the pattern pieces. This is the center front. This is the side front, the side back, and this is the center back. Next we're going to cut the patterns on a fabric. This is the center front. We have cut 0.5 seam allowance around. This is the side front. Then we have made the side to be 1 inch, as you can see. The rest is 0.5. The side back, the side is 1 inch and the rest is 0.5. So along the center back, the seam allowance is 0.5, but along the center back, it is 1 inch. Next, we are going to use the pieces to cut out the lining. These are the front pieces. We have cut the lining. We've got 2 pieces for the lining, and we also have 2 pieces for the main fabric. And we have 1 center piece and also 1 center piece for the main fabric. These are also the back pieces. We have got 2 pieces for the center back in the lining and 2 pieces for the main fabric. Same thing to the side back. We have 2 pieces for the main fabric and 2 pieces for the lining. Next, we are going to pin everything together. We are going to pin the front pattern pieces. This is the front after pinning it together. Next, we are going to sew it. The front has been sewn together, as you can see. Next, we pin the back. We have pinned the back. Next we are going to sew it together. Here is the front and the back after sewing the seams and also pressing them open. This is how the back looks. We have also sewn together the lining and also pressed the seams. Next we are going to pin together the front with the front lining. We have also pinned together the neck of the back. Next we are going to sew the neck. After sewing we made small cuts around the neck. Then we are going to sew a seam next to the edge around the neck on both the front and the back. We have sewn the small seam as you can see right here. And then we have also pressed the neckline. Next we are going to attach the front and the back. We attach the front and the back along the shoulders like so. These are the shoulders, we have pinned them. Next we are going to sew them together. The shoulders have been sewn together as you can see. We have also pressed the seam open like that and placed it together. Next we are going to open each side like that. Then we flip over the lining. We are going to pin it like that. We have pinned both the armholes. Next we are going to sew them. So this is our armhole. We have sewn it. We have made some small cuts around. Same thing to this other side. Next we are going to turn over the fabric to the correct side. This is how we are going to do it. This is how the armhole looks on the correct side. Next we are going to press it using a steaming iron so that it lies flat. We have pressed it. We have also sewn the center back. And we have pressed the seam together. Next we are going to pin the zipper. We have installed the zipper as you can see. We have also overlocked and sewn the side seams. Our top is finished. Thank you for being a part of this lesson. Leave us a comment down below. Also like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn pattern drafting and sewing, click the link on the video description. To buy basic patterns, visit qsbeyondfashion.com. Otherwise, see you in our next lesson. Ciao, ciao!